I knew that either on my own or with someone's help, my story was going to be shared to spread awareness, because this could have happened to anyone.
In a News Channel 6 exclusive, we hear from parents wrongly accused of child abuse, finally getting the chance tonight to tell their story. And it all starts with a rare genetic disorder known as brittle bone disease. Osteogenesis imperfecta is an inherited bone disease present at birth. A child born with OI may have soft bones that fracture easily or are deformed. Other symptoms may include a curved spine, loose joints, muscle weakness, and skin that bruises easily. On August 14, 2019, WJBF News Channel 6 and other local media outlets reported William and Kara Partridge had been arrested for child cruelty. At the time, he was a firefighter in Columbia County, she a deputy jailer. 1 year later, the Augusta Judicial Circuit dropped those charges. But the judging and the stigma aren't so easily erased.
My husband did accidentally drop our son as he was standing up.
Baby Jackson was less than 1 month old.
When we went to the hospital, they noticed 5 other fractures.
At 3 weeks, Jackson had already been to the pediatrician 7 times and spent 2 nights in the hospital with feeding issues. He was born with multiple health problems, including malabsorption and vitamin D deficiency. He'd had feeding tubes, 7 different baby formulas, and was on several medicines.
While we were in the hospital with him, we just noticed that there was already a stigma, a bias against us, the way we were being treated, the way we were being talked to. They just painted a picture of us as, how can a 3-week-old break their leg because he can't walk, he can't run? And we were just blamed for it.
Aura of negativity kind of like painted over our faces and everything, and just people that I talk to on a daily basis, not necessarily friends, but some people I work with, kind of shunned me in a sense.
I started joining groups on Facebook about fractured families, people with osteogenesis imperfecta, looking for professionals that would help us. Like, we were willing to go wherever it was in the United States.
To their surprise, they found a doctor who was not only local, but had a child with OI.
And she was very helpful. Once some of the doctors started to realize the patterns of different things that could cause weakened bones, they immediately took him off of those medications.
But another trip to the hospital after Kara noticed Jackson wasn't moving his left hand led to more suspicion.
It was a second incident of unexplained fractures. The very first thing was them trying to turn us against each other. We stuck together. It made us stronger and love each other, be closer, because we knew that neither one of us did anything.
2 arrests and the removal of the child, despite pages of medical records explaining Jackson's OI diagnosis and other issues.
And this was way before the time that we were arrested, which was in August of 2019.
9 months later, after a thorough investigation,
it's stating the case was dropped due to...
The district attorney's office dismissed the charges on May 6, 2020, due to medical information not being available at the time warrants were issued.
1 minute we couldn't see our son at all, and in a split second, go get your son, go home.
I mean, yeah, people, they paint a bad picture when they first see what happens, but never judge a book by its cover.
Today, Kara carries a notebook with all of Jackson's medical reports, legal paperwork, and papers from her attorney. Her armor, if anything else were to happen.
We still live in fear every day. My son does now jump and run and play just like most boys at 3 years old. I'm very overprotective, as is my husband, because what if he trips and falls and something breaks again and I have to take him to the hospital? Does the nightmare start over? Every day I still live with who's going to recognize me out in the open.
Kara and Trey have new jobs now. Jackson is thriving at age 3, and they're getting back to what feels like a normal life. You can hear more about their story this Tuesday at 12:30 on The Jenny Show.